Okay, so here is what you need to do to lay out a package for your newspaper project. First thing you have to do is go to View, go to Goods and Guides, and show Document Grid so that you have all of the picas, because pretty much everything is one pica apart. I'm going to zoom in here, and the first thing that I'm going to do is make sure that I'm in inches on my ruler. So over here, right at this little cross, if you can see where my cursor is, I'm going to right click and make sure that it's set to inches. And then I need to block off some space for the folio. And so if I'm doing an interior page, I'm going to click until that cursor turns to an up and down arrow. And I'm going to drag it down until that gray box says 0.625 inches. So right there. And that's the space I would have for my folio. If I was doing the front page, I can have as much as 2.5 inches. If you don't need that much space, if you only need 2, that's fine, but no more than 2.5 inches. So I'm going to do a folio line here, so I'll delete that line. And the first thing that I need to do is build a headline. So I'm going to use my text box, and I'm going to start one pica underneath this line and draw a text box that's about 1.5 inches. I'm going to just actually 1.25. I'm going to go to that gray line. And then I'm going to write headline, goes here. And then I want to put some nonsense in here, because if you use all regular words, you have a greater chance of not actually writing the headline. Headlines tend to be bigger font, so I'm going to change the font to 36 point, and that leaves me with a little bit of overset text, and this is something you're going to do over and over again. Get rid of the overset text. So click on that red cross, go over here, double click, highlight just that, delete, get back to your selection tool, click on that text box that you just deleted the text out of, and hit delete. All right, so we have a headline. Next we need a story. Okay, so next what you want to do is go back to your black selection tool, click on this text box, and pull this up to right underneath your text, and it's called a descender. It's the part that slips down on the P or on a G or on a Q, but you want that text box right underneath there because it should land right on a pica line, and so then you know where to start your story. So we're going to put body text right underneath that headline, and I'm going to go to the side of the column, and I'm going to go down to 5 inches. There's that. It's 502, but we'll fix that later. And I'm going to right click and fill with placeholder text. Now, if you notice, you've got text in the gutters, and you can't do that in body text. You can do that in a headline, but not in body text, and so I need to change that. So I'm going to go to Object, Text Frame Options, and I'm going to change the number of columns to 3, and now I've got these nice clean gutters with my text. I do have overset text, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. And that should pretty much be your habit in the next little bit, is whenever you have overset text, just get rid of it right away. Okay, so we have this. Now we need to add a photo caption, and a photo credit. So because I don't have any photos, and you probably don't either at this point, which is fine, I'm going to click this rectangle frame tool. We're just going to do almost like a placeholder photo. I'm just going to start there, and I'm going to go down and make it 2 inches, so 2 columns by 2 inches, and that would be where my photo would be. And then I need to do a credit, so I'm going to click the type tool, and I'm going to do a little box right here, and I'm going to go photo by blah blah blah. And your photo credit text shouldn't be bigger than 10 points, so I'm going to do this. But the photo credit needs to be aligned right. And so I'm going to go up here to the top, make sure my A is selected. And right now it's aligned left. I'm going to go over here to align right. And now it's aligned right. Same thing, I'm going to pull up the text box so that it's just like that. And then I need a photo caption, and that needs to go the width of the photo. And I'm going to make this 3 picas deep. And I'm going to go, awesome caption goes here, blah, blah. And again, some nonsense so that you're not tempted to leave me a caption that just says, I'm going to write a caption one day. Caption should be about 10. So fill that in. Okay, and there we go. Now, I have to move all these 3 things into this story. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to group these. I'm going to click here, and I'm just going to drag a straight line up, and it selects all 3 of these. And now I need to text wrap them. So I'm going to go to Window and Text Wrap. And my text wrap is over here. Maybe. There we go. And I'm going to click this second from the left. And this is all text wrapped. And if all of these 3 are selected, I can move them all at once instead of moving individually. So I'm going to drag this right into here and line it up in these 2 columns. So it's like that. Now, we have a little bit of a problem because we've got this weird text thing that's happening in between our spaces, and there's a reason for that. So I'm going to click that, and if you notice over here, these are all set to 0 inches. I need to actually create a little more space, so I'm going to go 1.25, and then the same thing with the caption box. And the same thing, I don't need to do that to the photo credit. I need a little bit more on the photo to push that one little piece down. When I do that, what happens is the photo credit disappears. So what you do is you click on the photo credit box, go to Object, go to Text Frame Options, ignore the text wrap, click OK, and now you have this nice little package. You need to get rid of the overset text again, because when you text wrap something, you're going to get rid of text wrap. You're going to have overset text. So I get rid of that. I click here and there, and that's all there is to it.